It's time for a new electrifying take on a gas-powered icon. No, it's not a Porsche, it's not a Land Rover, and no, it's not exactly a Mercedes-Benz EQG. This is the 2025 Mercedes-Benz G580 with EQ technology. Yes, it's all electric, but no, it's not coming to replace your beloved AMG G63. By name only, this G580 slots in between the existing G550 and the AMG G63 in the G-Class lineup. Mercedes previously alluded to the fact that the full EQ nomenclature for electric cars will be sunsetting in the future, and this is our first real example of that. Many people, including myself, thought that they would call this the EQG, but I think this makes sense, as G580 has a more familial ring to it. The G580 has four individual electric motors at each wheel in the car, providing up to 579 horsepower and a whopping 859 pound-feet of torque. The G550 with its twin-turbo V8 makes 416 horsepower and 450 pound-feet of torque, while the AMG makes 577 horsepower and 627 pound-feet of torque. The added torque enables it to reach 60 miles per hour in 4.6 seconds. All that extra torque, though pretty gargantuan, doesn't seem to make up for the added weight of the 116 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion battery. Mercedes isn't saying exactly how much this thing weighs just yet, but the existing AMG G63 beats it out by just a hair at a 4.5 second 0 to 60 time. Because this is an electric G-Class, Mercedes had to think differently about how it engineered its off-road focused features. There is a modified ladder frame and a unique solid rear axle, plus a 2-speed transmission with a low-range off-road gear reduction setting. Instead of electronically controlled mechanical locking differentials, the G580 utilizes the 4 individual motors to provide torque vectoring-based differential locks. It can climb up as much as a 100% grade or a 35-degree lateral slope, and has 5.9 inches of additional water-fording depth compared to the regular G-Class. There is a 32-degree approach angle, 30.7-degree departure angle, and a 20.3-degree breakover angle. That's a 2-degree gain, a 0.3-degree loss, and a 5.7-degree loss, respectively, over the G550. Charging the G580 at AC level 1 and level 2 speeds is done through an onboard 11 kilowatt charge port. However, you can charge it at DC fast charging stations at up to 200 kilowatts in power. They say that the 10% to 80% charge takes roughly 32 minutes. There are multiple regenerative braking modes, including an automatic mode that uses the distance between yourself and the traffic ahead of you to determine what setting it sits at, and then there are 4 individually stepped settings you can choose from no regeneration to full recuperation that should be able to bring the car to a complete stop. Inside, things are pretty familiar looking. The electric G has the 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster, the 12.3-inch main touchscreen with Hey Mercedes voice controls, and augmented reality navigation. They even added 20 new distinct voice commands for this electric G-Class. The new off-road cockpit screen gives you a control panel with access to all of the most relevant tools and settings for off-roading, while also throwing in a new transparent hood feature that allows you to see what's in front of the nose of the vehicle when you're off-roading. Utilizing the updated MBUX system allows you to take advantage of navigation with electric intelligence. This bakes any necessary charging stops and their duration into your ETA when using navigation, and will even inform you whether the available battery capacity is sufficient enough for you to return to your starting point without having to charge. Finally, the party tricks. The G580 can rotate in place utilizing a feature called G-turn. This utilizes the individually spinning wheels thanks to those 4 electric motors to spin the car on its own axis. A feature called G-steering significantly reduces the turning circle of the car when driving off-road by cutting power to the inside wheels. Then there's G-roar, which creates sounds in the cabin that emulate the noises you hear from existing gas-powered G-classes. There are also noises that the car makes on the outside that they call aura tones. These are heard when entering and walking away from the vehicle, while event tones are what you hear when you get inside the car, start up the vehicle, and even initiate a charging session. The 2025 Mercedes-Benz G580 with EQ technology is actually only coming to the States initially in the 1 edition trim level. This is a fully loaded special first model year trim, and it comes with pretty much everything you could want. It has unique design elements compared to other trims that other markets will get as well. It's available in 5 different exclusive manufacturer paint choices and standard with blue painted brake calipers, both the AMG line and the Night packages, the Active Multi-Contour Seat Plus package, and the G-Roar sound augmentation. But you're probably wondering about range and price. So are we. Mercedes plans on providing those figures closer to its on-sale date later this year, so stay tuned.